Where are your parents? Sometimes that question comes up. And I don't mean physically where they are as it relates to right now. I mean, what's going to happen to your parents as they get older? My name is Leon Jones Jr., and I am an estate planning and business lawyer. And I'm talking to you on this video today about long-term and short-term planning for your parents. You see, I'm a Gen Xer, and so I sit right between the baby boomers and the millennials. And I have these conversations with my siblings and my parents. What's going to happen as they get older and the planning involved with that? Do we put a guardianship in place? Do we put a conservatorship in place to take care of their finances? But first and foremost, do we put a power of attorney in place? Is it a durable financial power of attorney? Is it a healthcare power of attorney? We talk about these things and we have these conversations. Putting a power of attorney in place is the first step. Making sure that your parents have someone that they trust that can take care of them in the event of their incapacity. Making sure that they have plans in place so that if something happens to them, if they have an unfortunate fall and they have to go into the hospital, if they have a stroke or whatever the case may be, that fortunately they haven't passed away, but they're in a state to where they can't take care of their affairs by themselves. And it's important for us as children and along with our siblings to look after our parents in that generation. So we have to talk about what's going to happen to their retirement plan if they have to go into a long-term care facility. What's going to happen to their assets if they have to go on Medicaid or Medicare. And so we have to talk about these things, and we have to have these conversations. Who are they going to live with? Where are they going to live? Those conversations have to be had. And if you have those conversations early while your parents are cognizant or able to make their own decisions, they can be completely involved and they can let you know, hey, I want to live at this facility. I want to be buried here. I want my assets to go here. And you can help them put that plan in place and plan together. And so that's what we're here for. So number one, making sure that we have a power of attorney in place. We have two different types of power of attorney. We have a power of attorney that is a general power of attorney that will take care of their needs in the event of their incapacity. And then we have the durable financial power of attorney that will take care of their financial needs, make those decisions as to, getting their bills paid, making sure their mortgage is paid, and so on and so forth. And so we'll talk to you about the differences between those two. We'll put a plan in place, making sure that the power of attorney is in place, that is structured correctly for your state, and making sure things are going the way they're supposed to go. The same thing with a healthcare directive, making sure that if something were to happen to your parent and they were to become incapacitated or incapable of making their own healthcare decisions, that there is something in place that they have been a part of that gives you the power to make those decisions, or gives them the power through you to make those decisions. And so in that healthcare directive, we can put together where they can say, hey, if this happens, I don't want to continue on life support. Or if that happens, then I want this type of nutritional guide, or I want to be able to go to this facility for rehabilitation. And so research those facilities in your area. Make sure that your parents have, gone and take tours of the retirement facilities or the rehabilitation facilities in the area. And make sure that you really understand what's going on. And then as it relates to their ultimate passing away, making sure that you're having those conversations, making sure that you know where they want to be buried, how they want the ceremony to go, and so on and so forth. All of this goes in that's involved with it. But if in the event of their incapacity or inability to make their own decisions, do you put in place a guardianship? Meaning, do you take care of them physically? Do you make the decisions as to where they're going to live, what they're going to eat, how they're going to rehab? Or do you put in place a conservatorship, making the financial decisions on how to pay for where they're going to live, on how to pay for what they eat, on how to pay for the rehabilitation that they may need? And so putting those things together in a well-crafted document will alleviate headaches, will alleviate arguments, will alleviate the stress at that time of need, at that time of grief. And so putting those things together, making sure that your parents are well protected, making sure that if you do need a guardianship, how is it going to be structured? Who's going to be the guardian? Who's going to take care of the parents? If you have more than one, if it's just you by yourself, okay, is it going to be you and maybe an aunt or an uncle? Or if you have siblings, are you guys going to rotate? Are the parents going to live with you for 3 or 4 months of the year and then move to sibling number 1 for 3 or 4 months of the year and sibling number 2 for 3 or 4 months of the year? How is that going to work? Making sure that you're having those conversations so that it won't be a burden not only on your parents, but it won't be a burden on you guys as well. And so putting those plans in place early and making sure those plans are in place is hugely important. And we're here to help. Again, with conservatorship, making sure that they know, that your parents know, hey, if something were to happen, we're going to take care of your finances, and here's how. And they can direct as to how they want those finances taken care of. Your parents may have a sizable amount of cash after retirement. And so those retirement accounts, are they vulnerable and susceptible to being taken by DHS if they were to go into a facility? And so making sure that you put something in place, whether it's a trust in place or other organizational methods in order to take care of them. And so making sure you're putting those things together, making sure you're taking care of your parents, making sure that their needs and their wishes are taken care of. Because it's hugely important to have those conversations with your parents to make sure that their wishes are taken care of. You may have something in your mind that you want for your parents, but they may have something else in their mind that they want for themselves. So have those conversations with them. Make sure you know, make sure that they know, make sure that everyone knows. My name is Leon Jones Jr. I am an estate planning and business attorney, and I am here to help. If you like this video, click the like button, hit the subscribe button, visit my website, joneslawfirm.pllc.com, and I'll be happy to help you. I'll be happy to sit down with you, discuss your needs for your family. We can tailor a plan specifically for you and your needs, and we'll be here to help and guide you along the way. We appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Take care.